Hi, this is Helene, and you're watching On the Lookout TV. It was low paying. When you first start into the fashion business, it's always going to be at the bottom rung, and you're going to feel it. It's really low paying because everybody wants to be in fashion. So it kind of weeds out the people that really want to do this and are serious. And also, it's really long hours. You know, I came in at 9. I would often leave at 2 in the morning, stuff like that. I mean, you're fielding requests from all these different stylists and editors. The same time you're putting out flyers with your client, you know, anything that happens with them that has to deal with the clothing brand. Like, I remember one time Beyonce, she auctioned off on eBay, I think. It was like a luncheon with her, and, you know, representing House of Darion. And the highest bidder went out to lunch with her and ended up in the middle of the lunch. I think they like threw food at her or something because it ended up being a PETA activist. And House of Darion includes fur, not fake fur. So they had planned the whole thing and, you know, wanted to kind of get publicity for PETA and kind of embarrass Beyonce. So me and my account executive had to go and kind of put out statements and say, you know, kind of calm the flames and say, you know, what House of Darion represents, and it's not about animal cruelty or anything like that. So just kind of examples like that. Yeah. I would say, you know, you're going to have to start off at the bottom. And it doesn't matter if you come from money. This is really important. If you have money or don't, because a lot of my friends in the fashion world came from very established families. So they could afford to get paid very little and stuff, and they would always come to work in like their Chanel and their Louboutins and stuff like that. I was the only one that was, you know, kind of rocking just homemade stuff, like just trying to get by. But I had a real passion for it, and I still do. And if you really want something, you have to fight for it. And this is no exception. And it's going to be particularly tough. So I would say to anybody starting out, do your internships, try to get as many under your belt as you can afford to do, because a lot of times they're unpaid, and just get various aspects of the industry, whether you want to work in magazines or for, because you could do PR for them, you could do PR for fashion designers, you could do boutique agency where they represent a lot of clients, you could do runway, you know, there's a lot of options, but be prepared to really work hard and fight for it. I would say my communication studies education was good. You know, I mean, honestly, it's a pretty easy degree. And I think I just had always come up as a very social, talkative person. I always was interested in commercials as a kid. So I always like the viewpoint to the consumer in an ad. So I always like to talk like that. When you're pitching, that's what you do. You kind of, you know, pitch your viewpoint of the client or the clothing line to whoever it is that you're talking to, whether it's an editor or stylist or a celebrity, and you just have to work it. You know what I mean? Like, you just have to have that instinct, that kind of creative side, the side that likes to talk and stuff. I don't think you necessarily have to be a PR major. New York, definitely. That's the Mecca. That's where Fashion Week is real serious. That's where it goes down. Everybody sort of flies in for that. New York is just a haven for artists and creative people in general. So if you're really serious about fashion as an art form, at promoting that kind of art form, then New York is a place for you. LA is a different animal. LA is more about the Hollywood business part of it. So when you're, you know, pitching to celebrities and stylists out there, it's just about, you know, can you get this gown on Halle Berry? Can you, you know, hit up Sofia Vergara's stylist, Deborah Joaquin, and see if she'll take some of your client stuff for maybe a future editorial that's just on Sofia, or something like that. So they're really two different animals, but I would say New York is the best place to get your start. I would say Women's Wear Daily, or WWD, the print version, or WWD.com, it's one of the top sources. It talks about the business of fashion. It talks about evolving trends. It talks about, future stories, things that are up and coming. They break news all the time. It's a really serious periodical. Yeah, I would probably say that.